We're here at the fire training grounds on Vernell Street off of Spring Street with Fire Chief Ed Davis as well as Training Officer Ty Farris of the Hot Springs Fire Department. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Terry.
Thanks.
And today we have two topics to discuss because Hot Springs Fire is always busy and got a lot on the calendar.
Yes,
I think we'll start off with the fact that we're here at the fire training grounds. Something big is about to happen here in early March.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us about it, Chief?
We're going to do a dedication and a ribbon cutting coming up on Sunday, March 4th. It'll be from 1 in the afternoon till 3 in the afternoon. It'll be a family time. Bring your children out. They'll be able to interact with the firefighters, see a lot of fire apparatus, also see some demonstrations of the burn building, and we're going to set this thing on fire several times and put it out. But prior to that, though, we'll give tours of the different facilities. The training facility we have behind us was acquired through federal grants and also matching grants through 833 funds for the state of Arkansas. So that meant that it actually was acquired at no cost to the citizens of Hot Springs, which is a great benefit to us. We're really happy about that. I think we leveraged a lot of federal and state money to make this happen, and it gave us a first-class burn facility. As you can see behind me, this is really an excellent training facility. It'll be here for many years to come. It's well built. There's just a lot of features to it, not just burn buildings. There's 2 burn chambers. There's also a confined space rescue area. There is a rappelling area. There's also different props that are included in the simulator that allow us to set our aerial apparatus up, and we can flow literally millions of gallons of water over this thing and not do any harm to it.
Well, and as Ty has mentioned before, this facility may eventually be used by more than just the Hot Springs Fire Department.
Absolutely.
Yes, once we get our training situated and we're very comfortable with the training, we'll be able to open it up to the volunteer departments and then even bring in paid departments from the state if they want to come down and use our facility. Because not everybody is fortunate enough to have a training facility like this.
Absolutely. It's certainly the pride of Hot Springs. And Chief, going on, can you tell us a little bit about the background of the other 2 buildings that we see on this site that people will be able to investigate during the open house?
Absolutely. What we've done is we've leveraged the existing facilities here. We took a tank that was used in the process of treating water. This used to be a water treatment facility, and we've made that into a smoke building. In other words, we've built a house inside a tank. What it gives us is the ability to control light. It also gives us the ability to control the temperature inside the building, and we have a smoke machine in there where we can fill it up with theatrical smoke. So it gives the firefighters a realistic environment to do search and rescue in, and also to build, gain, and maintain confidence.
And that old building was once a part of the Hot Springs water system, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it was. And we're in the process now of working on a trench simulator. The trench rescue is something that's very dangerous. It happens here in Hot Springs about every 10 years or so. We'll have a trench collapse in a construction area and have to dig people out. And it's very, very dangerous to the rescuers. So we're using part of the filtration system here to set up a trench simulator so that we can keep our guys' skills up and at a high level. There's also a small training building here that we're using as a classroom, and we've got plans to establish a simulator also for ARFF, aircraft rescue and firefighting, so we can use the crash truck as well.
So this area serves multiple purposes.
Yes, ma'am.
And obviously you're getting everything that you can out of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, going on to firefighter recruitment, that is also coming up very quickly as Hot Springs Fire annually recruits for new firefighters to join the team. Tell us a little bit about that event.
Well, that's coming up on March 15th at the fire station, 6 o'clock. We'll have lots of information, and the firefighters will be there to answer questions concerning their careers. It's open to anyone who might be interested in being a firefighter. Under state law, you have to be between the ages of 21 and 35 to be a firefighter in the Civil Service Department. And so if you're between those ages and you're interested in a career as a firefighter, come out to the Recruitment Seminar on the 15th, and we'll be happy to share what information we have, and also to get you the employment pack that you can fill out so that you can sit for the test.
As you often say, it's not just about fighting fires. So can you go into some of the disciplines that Hot Springs Fire offers to firefighters?
I'll let Ty answer that question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, most people know, they think all we do is firefighting. But actually with construction now, with sprinkler systems, we don't do a lot of structure fires anymore just because of the safety factors involved in building. So if we just sat around waiting on fires, we wouldn't have a whole lot to do. But we do confined space rescue. We do hazardous materials training. We have a swift water team. We have a dive team. We do rope rescue. We use this facility here for rappelling off of to work on those skills.
Emergency medical response.
Emergency medical response. 95% of our department are EMTs, and there are approximately 6 paramedics on staff that, we have that training. So just a multitude of things. We have our airport rescue that's also a certificate that we do. So on this recruitment seminar, when we bring people in, they think, well, I'm gonna be a fireman or a firefighter. And that is the case, but there's so much more involved in the fire service these days that they don't have a clue about. And when we bring in new hires or new recruits, we kind of tell them, your first couple of years, we want you to get your firefighting tactics down,
Right.
and then we want you to pick a discipline that you might be interested in one of these other specialties. Because there's continuing education all the time. The fire service is always the new technology,
Right.
the new buildings that are going up. We have to constantly do new stuff. And so when we bring all these recruits in, that kind of opens their eyes to, oh, this is way more than just being a firefighter. And we do this recruitment seminar for that reason, but also to kind of get the word out to people that don't know that we're hiring.
Right.
A lot of people come by and go, well, it's so hard to get onto the fire department. And it is, because we just don't have a lot of turnover. We have to wait on people to retire, but we are in a phase of 4 to 6 years where we've reached that age of personnel that they're going to be retiring several every year.
Right.
And we want people that want to be a firefighter.
And if people want to, they come from a region, don't they, now? They're not just coming from Hot Springs proper, but all
No.
over the state and beyond in some cases.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, for a small fire department, we offer kind of a broad menu of services. Everything, as Ty said, from swift water rescue, dive, to hazardous materials response. EMS is a big part of what we do. The last life that we saved was 3 weeks ago, and it was due to CPR and defibrillation.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the lady's fine now. So it's a thing to where that, there's a lot of different things you're getting involved in. It's not just firefighting anymore. And as Ty said, we're also involved in anti-terrorism for the city, and that goes back to domestic and also international. We do things to protect the economy, work with the police department to keep people from acting in a manner that would be hazardous or detrimental to Hot Springs. Whatever specialty that we have that allows us to help them, we make it available to them, whether it's the detection of nerve agents or whether it's the detection of hazardous materials. Our hazmat team kind of comes in handy for things like that.
Fascinating. So after the date of March 15th, which is the Firefighter Recruitment Seminar, you have a date soon after that, which is the deadline for firefighter applications, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe it's March 21st,
Yes.
where they must get their applications into HR.
Yes.
So we've covered firefighter recruitment. We've covered the open house that will be taking place. So please mark your calendars for Sunday, March 4th, where you can come and see this amazing training grounds and all that it has to offer. And remember, for those of you that might have friends or relatives that are interested in firefighting as a career with Hot Springs Fire, then make sure to attend the March 15th seminar, and you'll learn much more about it at that date. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today
You're
Yes,
welcome.
ma'am.
Thank you, Terry.
and for giving us some of the details of why Hot Springs Fire is the most well-trained and professional fire department in Arkansas and beyond. And next week, we'll bring you more city news.